Hello, and I'm Dr. Cheryl, and welcome to Wake Up with Dr. Cheryl. The theme of our show is raising the awareness and consciousness in the relationship with wealth and applying unconditional love. Always remember that your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come by Zig Ziglar. For those of you who watch my show, thank you so much. The other day, I was in the Fairfax Hardware and Lumber store when this man that worked there, bless his soul, had said to me, "I love your show." And I said, "You actually watch it?" I don't know how he recognized me because I had my visor on. When I asked him if he saw my show, if he actually watched it, he said, "Doesn't everybody?" I thanked him. That totally made my day. Thank you. Please wake up to what is going on in our community, our world, and it all starts within yourself and home. We must change the way our government, local and global, do business with bankers. The bankers and the billionaires are buying and controlling the issues of the people. Education, health care, and the air we breathe, and our food. Where is we the people anymore? Please don't feel overwhelmed by feeling you don't have any power. We must band together as a whole, as a democracy, to change the climate, financial, food travesties that are happening as I speak. Please take responsibility. If you don't vote, well, I'm saddened because you don't care enough to stand up for we the people. Our special guest this evening is Zara Babitzke with Nick, Mike, and Brian. Zara Babitzke, founder, executive director of Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity, a nonprofit organization which provides hope and opportunity to Marin's homeless teens and young adults ages 16 to 25 without families or resources. Zara has been in social service in Marin for 25 years. She has an MA magna cum laude from SF State, received the Jefferson Award for Humanitarian Service in 2007 and the Hero of Marin Award in 2011 for her work with the underserved, marginalized, and forgotten population of young people in our community. Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity, Marin's only nonprofit whose sole mission is providing a safety net of housing, support, jobs, legal aid, dentists, counseling, and leadership opportunities for homeless teens and young adults between age 16 and 25 throughout Marin families and resources. In 10 years, AHO has successfully assisted 1,150 homeless youth that are now working several jobs, going to college, and giving back to the help of AHO has provided for them to succeed and not become dependents of the system, chronically homeless adults, incarcerated, or worse. This is the second segment of our two-part discussion with Zara and the guys. Welcome, Zara. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, I've done an introduction already of you and your wonderful history and of AHO. So please, if there's anything that you would like to share, I know you've brought three wonderful, good-looking men here. And
I did. Aren't we lucky, Cheryl?
Yes, we are, and I feel like I'm in a sandwich here, and it feels really good. Well, you know, one thing I was thinking is, do you have posters that could be posted around Marin County that would advocate to help the youth that are homeless?
I think that's a great idea, Cheryl.
It just came to me.
And we can all take it to our youth task force team, which are youth that we've helped, and then other youth in the community that have friends in this situation, or they're socially conscious at a young age and care.
Wow.
And they've been meeting for about 7 years to design youth-led projects that bring more awareness and funding to this issue. And I think that's a great idea. to bring to that group and see how they want to get
I
the
mean,
word out a little more, because right now, 2 of our youth are coming tomorrow to the county's 10-year plan to end homelessness meeting. We've
Nice.
been to those meetings before. Mike, who's here with us today, that your viewers haven't met yet, was a spokesperson at one of those meetings. And I was a little shocked when I saw the agenda and I saw the priorities for the county's 10-year plan, none of which included anything at all about youth.
Wow.
So tomorrow
Wow.
we're having
Wow.
two more youth go to that meeting to express their concern about the county not including youth in this 10-year plan.
That is horrible.
So youth
Really
are, the youth that are here and many other youth go with me when we meet the supervisors or the head of social service to events like tomorrow at First Presbyterian Church here in San Rafael. We're having a mural reception. The mural,
and it's a beautiful mural, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
30 schools and 1,200 youth were engaged by our youth task force team to create those murals.
Oh, wow.
And it took a year for them to complete them, and those murals travel. So we're having a reception, and I think everyone on your show today will be there, and many other youth.
Sure.
And hopefully a large segment of the community. We'll have several videos from Channel 7 News and Channel 5 News, short videos where our youth spoke on national television.
Good. Yeah.
Nick's going to play his music. We're going to have another musician as well, some great food, and I know Brian likes fruit, so I told them to be sure and have some fruit as part of the food.
Right. Well,
in addition to pizza and the things
from what you said you ate, I think you eat pretty healthy. That's great. I mean, you look healthy.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And now it's Mike's turn. This is Mike. Thank you for coming, Mike, and all of you being courageous enough to be here and talking about it. So, how have you gotten help from AHO?
Well, thank you for having me today, and I'm very grateful for the support I've received from AHO. AHO has helped me out in a lot of ways. There was certainly a period of time where I was a long period of time where I was very unstable with my housing, and I didn't know how long I was going to stay there and what was my next move. And when I first met with Zara, I believe in early July, we kind of strategized and came up with some ways I could really find a way, to set up some goals and how to deal with, not having stable housing and being a homeless youth in Marin County. And so she was able to assist me with legal help, employment, providing references, and helping me with resume and things of that nature which really helped me.
Good. That's great. So how did you find AHO?
I met Zara through a friend, Jimmy Hayes.
I think we all know Jimmy.
Jimmy Hayes, yeah. And Jimmy Hayes referred me to Ambassadors of Hope, and then I looked them up online, and I kind of gathered more information about what AHO was doing, what kind of services they were providing for youth, and immediately, I wanted to contact Zara and try to configure a strategy.
Great.
Is there anything that you like to share from your experience as well as what from what you've said?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a difficult topic as we've covered today,
Right.
particularly being in Marin County because there's so much wealth, there's a lot of resources, and it's something that can be overlooked.
Seriously,
Yeah, seriously overlooked. And I think this program is going to be able to provide more awareness, to the viewers that it's a serious issue. And as we covered today, being unemployed, being homeless, all these things can be very difficult, and it's really important to acknowledge that AHO is providing a great service and resource and all the tools for homeless youth in the county. And it's very difficult to hold a job when you're homeless, and it's very difficult to find a job as well.
Yeah.
And so
It's a catch-22.
Exactly, and you really have to be able to just have a lot of courage, and it's really important to have your attitude and your mindset.
Attitude is everything,
Yes.
really.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yes, and I think that's really what helped me get through a very difficult time.
Yeah, well, I applaud all of you because you have a future ahead of you that's very promising and makes you a compassionate person on the way, going through this. It's very humbling, absolutely. Is there anything that the three of you would like to share before I go back to Zara that you might want to share with the viewers? You've kind of...
Well, I think I haven't been to some of the meetings, but I am on the advisory council.
Oh, okay.
And I think what Zara was mentioning earlier about really the way the county is kind of dealing with kind of brushing off the youth homelessness. I think our Youth Connect is going to do a great job of really providing broader awareness to Marin County residents. And
I think going to the right people in the county makes a difference too, is finding out who's really going to make the difference, instead of going to people that aren't going to take active, proactiveness in this, so I guess it's going to take a little research. I mean, that's from my perspective. And,
Counties are now mandated by the federal government to count youth separately for the point in time count that each county has to conduct every 2 years for HUD, the federal government.
Okay, sure, yeah.
And so that's a big step forward because in the past, youth numbers were mixed with the adult homeless.
Oh,
And therefore, it looked like there were no youth that were homeless.
Wow.
And as you can see from Brian and Mike and Nick, anyone looking at them wouldn't think that they
No.
were homeless. So
No.
that's one of the challenges with homeless youth being invisible
Yeah.
in this community,
Right.
whereas in the city and other places, more urban areas, they're more identifiable than they are here.
Right.
Also, from
Which isn't fair.
also from my experience, it's just natural that you don't want to put that out there to your friends. And I know many
Yeah.
youth who
Yeah.
don't even share what's going on with them with their dearest friends. They try to hide it.
Yeah.
So these are just some of the many challenges of getting this issue out to the public.
Yes.
So with the count in January 2015, our youth task force team decided to create the Homeless Youth Advisory Council, which
Right.
Mike has mentioned and Nick has mentioned, and I believe Brian has too, to create this Youth Connect, not just to count youth,
Right.
but to give youth real resources
Right.
that they're needing when they're in crisis. So there'll be housing application support. We have 8 employers, a dentist, CalFresh, an attorney, to talk with youth about expunging their records.
Right.
6 haircutters, a wonderful cafe with food, and when youth come, they'll be met by a greeter, someone very welcoming, a youth or an adult that's been, the adults will need to be trained,
Yes.
and the youth will train them in a brief training that we'll have for all the volunteers before the event.
Are these providers volunteers then? Is
Yes.
that like the dentist? and-
Yes,
You know,
all of
I
them.
mean, oh, that's
AHO
great.
has several dentists that offer their services pro bono for our youth.
Oh,
We have 50 community partners
Great.
that allow us, for example, Mike used Image for Success, one of our community
Yes,
partners,
I've used that
got a
myself.
2-week wardrobe,
Yes.
work wardrobe. He felt it was fun to leave Image after that happened, and I mean, there was a spring in his step and
Yeah, it makes a difference.
shoulders back and head
Self-esteem,
high and
you know?
feeling really
I mean,
good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so
Great. Well, and we still have to just keep more coming.
more, and we probably will have an opinion piece in the Chronicle about the Youth Connect and about this issue. So, written by one of the youth, which
What about the IJ? I mean, will they help? Will
well,
they-
we'll have hopefully have an article in the IJ as well. Prior to the doors opening on Thursday, January 29th, 2015 for the Youth Connect,
Right.
we will have a press conference
Oh,
where
super.
we're inviting
Yeah.
supervisors and the head of Health and Human Services and Social Service. Cheryl Jennings from Channel 7 News has been invited to kind of
Yes.
introduce it. So we're going the
Great.
publicity route
I
as
love
well.
it. Well, you have to, because that's how people are going to see it, you know, because so many people are so in their own cocoon, you know,
Right.
in Marin County. you
Exactly.
know. So that's great. I applaud that. That's going to be wonderful. That will be
I
a
know.
good shift. A good
I
shift.
think we're all excited about it because it's an opportunity to just get more of the word out and do it in a way that's not just getting the numbers,
Right.
but really helping youth in a way
Yeah.
that eliminates the barriers of transportation and filling out applications, because the greeter's job will be to be welcoming, to help youth navigate
Yes.
the venue, to ensure that they get the top 3 resources or more if there's time,
Right.
to have the after support following the event for an appointment with the dentist or a
Right.
follow-up interview
Yeah.
with one of the employers, and to sit down in the cafe and just get to know a youth over
Right. Right.
some of the great food that's being donated.
Yeah.
For
Well,
the
it's
event.
good for them too, you know, all those providers, because they, you know, are getting more exposure out in the community as well. You know, it's a twofold thing. So that's great.
So I have an exciting thing to share for this holiday season. We have several benefactors that have donated a total of $20,000 for a challenge grant for AHO.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means that anyone donating from now through January 31st will have their donation doubled.
Oh, nice.
And we need to get enough donations to match that $20,000.
Oh, wow, good.
So that
Yes.
we'll have 40,000
Yes.
rather than 20.
Right.
And this is a great time of year to have
Season of giving. Unfortunately, it's not all year round. But this seems to be the time when, you know, people are more motivated.
They
So,
are.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. So
Good.
we're thrilled that we've had some really generous people
Good. Yeah.
putting forth this challenge grant to help us raise double the money that they're putting up.
Well,
to
it'd be
be
nice to
matched.
have it even tripled and, you know, et cetera, and et cetera.
When we've had challenges in the past, we've been fortunate to not just match them, but
Over.
yeah,
Over the top.
43% over.
Great.
That,
Well,
that much.
I hope it'll
So,
be more.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, it'll be more than that, and it's all the rewards from what the guys are doing.
I
here,
know.
So I applaud you guys. It's, you're young and
They're the ones that keep me going. It's been
Yeah.
really challenging in this
Yeah.
community.
oh my gosh, now I really see how challenging it is. So I applaud you, Zara, for your commitment, and these guys' commitment.
I feel lucky, actually.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Yeah, it is.
And these guys can be committed to themselves, to make themselves better and to help other ones and set an example.
Yeah, they're giving back as well as helping
And
themselves.
that's what it's all about. That's what life's about.
I know. Exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, well, wonderful. I'm really pleased that you came. And is there anything else you'd like to share? We're sort of coming down to the end here. But if there's anything that you guys would like to share, please feel free. As a closing statement or whatever.
I'll just mention that the Homeless Youth Advisory Council is a collaboration with College of Marin, Dominican University, the County of Marin, and 30 other businesses and organizations. So it's this collaborative that our Youth Task Force team spearheaded
Great.
to all work together to create this Youth Connect.
And I would love to get a list of who you're talking about, so we can put it on the show, so we can put it at the end of the show, so
Okay.
people can actually see when they view this, how many contributors there are.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we need to
I'll
get
be
that, so we
happy
can
to
talk
do
about.
that.
Oh, great.
Sure.
Yeah, send me a list,
Yeah.
and we'll make sure that it gets in the final editing. So
And
sometimes that's motivating to
Yes.
people that are watching.
Yeah.
So.
So I would just say one last thing. Our mural project reception is tomorrow at First Presbyterian. The mural has been at First Presbyterian in the sanctuary
Nice.
for
So it's being blessed.
for 2 months,
Yeah.
and then it will go next to West America Bank on 5th, the main branch, right there by St.
Nice.
Raphael's Church,
Great.
through the holidays.
Oh, good.
And then on to another branch of West America Bank. And
So they're one of your partners then.
they are,
Good.
yes.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll keep going from branch to branch all over the place.
It's been to the Mill Valley branch. And
Good.
so this will be the second branch, and
Good. So there's always hope.
there is.
Always
There
hope.
is.
Can't give up hope. Faith and hope. Definitely. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. And it'll be good to hear your music.
Thank you. Right on.
You must come tomorrow, Cheryl.
Oh, yes, I
Come in
will.
here,
I
Nick,
will.
yeah.
No, I will.
And youth will
Definitely.
be sharing stories.
Good.
And
No,
it
I'll
should
be happy to
fun.
come.
Great.
Definitely.
We'd love to have you.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming and being brave and courageous.
They are
and-
brave, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And
I'm so proud of
He
them.
is brave.
okay, well, thank you. And I'll look forward to seeing you and tomorrow.
Great,
Definitely.
great. It's a
Alrighty.
wrap?
It's a wrap. We're a little ahead. I'll leave you with this. Self-discipline is a form of freedom. Freedom from laziness and lethargy. Freedom from the expectations and demands of others. Freedom from weakness and fear and doubt. By H.A. Dorfman, American Mental Skills Coach. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own dream or illusion. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Never give up. First, be aware of and conscious of your thoughts and catch yourself before they come out of your mouth, especially the negative thoughts into words. It takes being sedulous, persevering, and disciplined. Be grateful for who you are and where you've come from and what you have, and be grateful for your freedom, and eat healthy. Good nutrition feeds the mind and your body temple. Don't forget to exercise. Feed your spirituality with meditation and prayer. Thank God. Love yourself unconditionally. Stop criticizing, stop judging, and allowing others to dominate the way you feel and think about yourself. Be compassionate and share your abundance and wealth with others. When fear knocks, let faith answer the door. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. By Henry David Thoreau. Thank you for Marin TV for facilitating our show, and especially to my crew. I can't thank my crew enough. Brad, Eric, Jack, and Mary. Thank you. Please support and become a member of Marin TV. Bye for now. Until next time.